Hi everyone, it's Chenzo from Reality Art Pod. I'm here to talk about the challenge season 39, episode 9, titled A Banana Split. Last week on the challenge, Big T was sent into elimination against mercenary Casey, who beat Big T and took $10,000 from the prize pot. Before I dive in, I put a link in the description so you can check out my playlist, watch my previous recaps. Also, subscribe if you like the channel. I'm also covering Survivor and Big Brother Reindeer games right now. So let's get into it. After Big T's elimination, the girls are comforting Melissa, who's upset. Michelle reminds her that Big T didn't die. Horacio and Kylan strategize together. Horacio tells us he doesn't want to pick sides and he wants to ride in the middle with Kylan. Mariah talks to Olivia about her relationship with James and how she feels like Bananas isn't her match back home. Mariah is waiting until after the show to break things off with Johnny, and Olivia is questioning Mariah's loyalty. Asif and Melissa have a little friendship. They bond over being parents, but little does she know Asif is working with the Americans Alliance and he calls himself the new Devin. Emmanuel and Colleen seem to be flirting and there's a mutual attraction there. He wants to keep her in the game as long as he can. Melissa says Emmanuel has been flirting with all the girls in the house and has tried to kiss Melissa twice, and apparently he has a girlfriend back home too. A big theme of this season is people, I guess, cheating on their loved ones back home, but it comes across that it's not really cheating. It seems like they're all in like situationships and open relationships. At the daily, TJ tells them that the challenger he has next for them is a goat, and they're playing this daily in teams of 2, with one team having 3 because they have an odd number of players. Again, this clearly is not very well thought out. The challenge will be played in 3 events, with teams getting eliminated along the way. Event number 1 is speed sticks, where they each have a rack of 5 sticks, and they have to race out and grab a stick and bring it back. Along the way, they can steal sticks from other teams to make it harder for them to complete it. They just did a challenge like this on Big Brother Reindeer games, which I'm currently obsessed with. They're going to play this challenge out until there's one team left who will be eliminated. TJ also says that the winning team will also pick 2 teams to be eliminated. I'm going to throw an image of the team breakdown up on this video so you can see the teams. The challenge starts and Emmanuel is the first person to sabotage, targeting Kylan because, as we covered, Dracula Emmanuel is coming for that ass. Emmanuel also sabotages Nerys and Horacio, and she's pissed that she has to run again. Asif, Zara, and Raven win the first round. I wonder if this has anything to do with the fact that they had 3 players, giving them more time to rest each. Surely not on a well planned out in advance show like this one. Michelle and Kylan are out in the first round, and Michelle shouts at them that they're all going to die a slow and painful death and calls them assholes, but she doesn't really care because she wants to target Kylan too. The winning team deliberates. Raven wants to eliminate Melissa and James because Melissa threw a drink at Raven, and Colleen and Ed are also eliminated. The second event, Power Sticks, they need to pull a sled across a course, picking up heavy sticks. The first team to finish wins. The team of 3 pulls ahead, and this is seriously not fair. Why didn't they have one woman sit out? The challenge looks really hard because they're so heavy some teams can't even pull them. Michelle heckles Jay and Mariah from the sidelines, saying this is baloney and that they are an embarrassing showing. So the team of 3 win, obviously. Jay and Mariah, who were last, are out. The winners have to yet again eliminate 2 teams and save 1 team. They decide to bring Berna and Emmanuel into the final rounds with them and eliminate Horacio and Nerys and Olivia and Corey. The third challenge is pick up sticks. The 2 teams need to transfer puzzle pieces and solve a 3D puzzle. Asif claims that this is harder with 3 people, and that's a bullshit. Emmanuel and Berna start their puzzle first, and then, what a surprise, the team of 3 wins yet again, and they'll be safe from elimination. TJ tells us that it'll be a girls' day, and they deliberate. Raven wants to put in Melissa because of the drink thing, but Zara's not really down, but Zara gets talked into voting Melissa in. As they're announcing it, Kylan pipes up saying it's going to be hard for Asif to explain to his wife that he swore that he wouldn't nominate Melissa because she's a mother. Asif is instantly seeing red and incensed. He gets in Kylan's face saying, say something about my mother. Kylan didn't say anything about Asif's mother. Then Asif calls Kylan a bitch. Kylan is right here. They did show Asif having those conversations with Melissa. Asif says Kylan started a war with him. TJ has had it and breaks up this fight. He tells the rest of them they'll be voting to nominate a woman to elimination. The challenge winners are safe and can't vote. Some of the girls conspire and decide that they want to target Colleen because she's a strong competitor. They go to the club. Ed tells Colleen that her name is coming up. Melissa is drinking her wine and she's starting. She confronts Asif saying he's flaky and that her 3-year-old daughter has a higher IQ than him. She doesn't throw a drink on him though, so that's on growth. Elsewhere, Emmanuel is dancing with Olivia and Raven, and Colleen is upset about this. James tells Mariah that she's naive and that she trusts the wrong people. Olivia says that James is horrible for Mariah's game and that she's isolating herself from the house. When they get back to the house, it seems like they're watching a movie movie, I didn't think that they'd do this. Colleen cries to Berna about Emmanuel being flirty with the other girls. Berna gives her some pretty dank advice, telling her that she made a mistake because she knew he already had a girlfriend and still went for it. This was a great moment for Berna, showing that she's so wise and has come a long way this season and is now therapizing the therapist. The producers asked Colleen if she had an intimate moment with Emmanuel. She tells us that they had more than one off camera, and she says that he didn't want to do it on camera because his girlfriend, but now it's too late, he's exposed. The next day, Colleen sits Emmanuel down and tells him that she feels used and embarrassed. Emmanuel admits that he hooked up with Colleen and says that it'll put him in a bad spot in the house and at home, but he's going to keep his head in the game. The international players have a united conversation, and the Americans talk about being sketched out by Mariah and considering voting for Mariah, but Michelle seems not to be down, so it seems like the votes are coming down between Colleen and Mariah. They get to the nomination ceremony and they have brief pleasantries. Then everyone gets right into voting for Colleen, despite there seeming to be a genuine house interest in getting Mariah out. And then they go to elimination, where TJ says the next mercenary is one of the goats, and it's revealed to be Tori. Nerese says she's nervous because Tori has been into Horacio, and Nerese has hooked up with Jordan, but Tori ends up pulling Melissa's hammer, pulling her into elimination. The elimination is called Going Under, and they'll be in water tanks with an underwater puzzle. There's also a suspended answer key that they can pull down. Asif says that he hopes Tori takes the money and Melissa with her. Tori tells Mariah that Bananas is heartbroken at home. I guess Devin maybe told Bananas and Tori. Mariah starts crying to James in the sidelines, and the challenge starts. Kyland is trying to help Melissa, talking to her while she's underwater. It's been obvious that they're giving the returning players things that are right in their wheelhouse, and Tori is focused and organized. Melissa is a bit panicked in the water. Tori asks for a check, but TJ says it's wrong, giving Melissa a little bit more time, and the show does a good job of making it seem like Melissa had a chance, but I fear she did not. So Tori wins the elimination and steals the $10,000 from the prize pot. So we end up losing Melissa here, who is a great challenger. Firstly, she brings a lot to the show in terms of being someone who is made for reality television. She pretty much just does and says whatever the hell she wants, which I definitely respect, because there are a lot of people who are afraid to speak their mind because of fear of what the fans will think about them. In my opinion, we need more people like that on TV, obviously within reason, but it seems like Melissa knows which lines she can and can't cross to be wild and problematic, but still be repeatedly asked to be on these shows. As far as the game goes, it definitely didn't help that there was this USA versus international setup in the house, kind of just getting Big T and Melissa thrown into this disorganized group. I love Big T and Melissa, but it was kind of getting uninteresting seeing them getting repeatedly thrown into eliminations, and I was ready to move on to the next chapter in the game. I mean, this season is pretty boring anyways, and it's obvious that the next chapter in the game is going to be the rest of the international women, but let's just get this show on the road. So that's all I have to say about this episode. I apologize as always for the delay. I keep saying this, but it really sucks that the challenge and Survivor are on the same day and at the same time. It really ain't right for those of us who want to watch both, but if you like these videos and if they help you, subscribe and turn on notifications so you can get notified when I post the recap. But I'll be back next week. Until then, have a nice weekend. Bye.